This is Cafe English from Venture English. Thanks for coming in. We'll be talking about topics that come up every day. Get your listening practice, new vocabulary, and even some useful idioms for your next conversation with friends or colleagues.
Hi everybody, Paul Preston here. Welcome back to Cafe English. It has been a while since we spent some time here in the cafe, and it is really great to see everybody again. I had a bit of a break during the month of August. I was not really traveling because COVID made it difficult to go anyplace. So I was spending a lot of time up in the mountains in my mountain home. So that was very enjoyable and very relaxing. And I'm happy to be back here now with you. For the next 6 episodes of Cafe English, I wanted to talk about some topics that have been on my mind over the past few weeks. Specifically, some specific points about what it's like to think like an American or be like an American. Well, of course, I am American, so I suppose I would be something of an expert on that. But of course, not really, because sometimes it's hard to recognize even the features of your own culture unless you live in a world that is different from your own and you can make comparisons. So I thought I'd try to explain a little bit about some of the elements that I've heard other people mention related to being an American. One of them, the first one, is optimism. So I hear about optimism a lot. People bring this up to me a lot. Whenever I say something that is optimistic, something that I think, oh, we can do that, or that's possible, I'll often hear people say, oh, that's thinking like an American, or that's an American talking. So that strikes me as strange because, of course, in America, nobody ever says that. And I feel like it's kind of a natural thing to say. But maybe it isn't. Maybe in other places, people don't have that immediate reaction that it can be done. We can do something. So I thought that I'd look at this idea a little bit and think about where it comes from. Well, basically, I suppose that we can say that Americans are optimistic. We've always had this belief that you can pull yourself up by your bootstraps. That's a common idiom used in the US that refers to more or less taking life on your own terms. That's another idiom, but doing things your own way, trying to get ahead in the world, but doing it in your own way, and believing that you can, believing that it's possible. This is something I suppose that we're taught at a young age, and I guess that it has to do with the history of the US, whereby the immigrants came from other countries, other places. They came to this very challenging land, and they started to build their world. And they kept building their world. Generation after generation, they moved further west and created their own land. So they had to believe that it was possible. They had to believe they could do it. And they had to believe that they could change their circumstances. They could change their position in the world. And maybe they could even make a very comfortable life for themselves or become even rich or wealthy. Of course, many of them did. And maybe it's related a little bit to the old class system back in England, whereby people were kind of born into their position in the world. Now, that's not so true anymore, even back in Europe or anywhere else, but it is something that still connects to the way that we Americans think about ourselves. So we believe that things are possible. It's kind of a default to think that something can be done unless you can prove that it, for some reason, can't. And I think this has led to a lot of other qualities of American thinking, like innovation or thinking outside the box, so to speak. thinking of different ways to do things, different approaches, all of these elements, which maybe I'll get into a little bit more as I develop this series. But this is very interesting to me, this idea that optimism is something that is a particularly American way to look at the world. And I hope that more people can share with this optimistic perspective, optimistic point of view, because really it is nice to believe that things are possible. And it's true, actually. Now, it's not to say that things are easy, of course. Things can be very, very difficult and very challenging, but we Americans have another phrase for that, which is nothing worthwhile is easy. So, well, that is true, certainly, and probably that means that in order to get what you want, you do have to work hard. You have to really work for it. But if you work hard enough and you focus enough and you do the right things, it will come to you. This is kind of the way I think that a lot of Americans are brought up to believe. I really recommend thinking this way when you're studying English, because the fact is, it's true. If you work hard enough, you study hard enough, you can speak English. It's been proven many, many times in the past, and it is also true for you. And so please do keep on that focus, keep believing that you can, because it is true. And we also have another idea in America, which is if you believe you can, it's true. If you believe you can't, it's true. So that's why it's always a good idea to always believe that you can. So one of the things I want to do with this series, of course, is help people learn the language better. And I'd love to know some ways in which I can help you. Please feel free to make comments down in the chat. And please subscribe to the station, to the channel, if this is something that is useful for you. And I really, really hope it is. Tell me what you need. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you like, and I will provide it, because I'm here to help you improve your English. Venture English is here to help you improve your English. So check out our website too, VenturEnglish.com. That's VentureEnglish.com. And check out our podcasts. I do 2 podcasts. I do 3-Minute English and Where Did That Come From? Of course, there's more shows on this YouTube channel as well. So please jump in, take advantage of the resources, and let us know what else we can do for you. So thank you for joining me this first week on coming back to Cafe English and talking about what it is to think like an American. Today, optimism. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Hey, I just wanted to let you know real quick, maybe you have some concerns about how you're writing emails. We have a course for that at VenturEnglish.com. It's an email writing course. It goes through a lot of details about how to write emails and gives you a lot of advice about how to structure, how to use the right phrases and the right words, and also how to read emails that come to you. So check out that email course at VenturEnglish.com. If that's something that you think you can use, I think you'll enjoy it.
Hey, thanks for joining me this week at Cafe English. If you'd like some more English practice, why not check out some of the other programs on the Venture English channel? We feature coaching advice and study tips to improve your English. Don't forget to subscribe and come back often. You can also go to our webpage at VenturEnglish.com. Become a member for free and maybe even try some of our courses. At Venture English, our goal is to help you speak English better.